earlier that we feel good about reporting with attribution. The New York Times reporting that Michael Flynn told the Trump transition team that he was under federal investigation for secretly working as a paid lobbyist for Turkey during the campaign. He said this, yet he still got the National Security Advisor job. The transition team knew this, and he still was asked to serve. Jim Acosta, Gloria Borger are back joining the conversation. Matthew Nussbaum from Politico. All three have been doing some great reporting about the mood of this White House in the past few days. Jim Acosta, do you have any better sense of what's going on in the White House right now? Because another network says the administration offered them Kellyanne Conway as a guest tonight, and then shortly before airtime canceled her appearance.
I think if they're reluctant to go on Fox News in prime time, I think that's a pretty good indication of where they are right now. I think they're in the bunker. The president and his top advisors are in the bunker, although we should point out the White House has released its schedule for tomorrow. He is expected to hold a news conference with the president of Colombia, a joint news conference. So he'll take a couple of questions from the U.S. press, a couple of questions from the Colombian press. So presumably he could get asked about this tomorrow, although we have seen in the past, although it hasn't always been the case at every news conference, he'll call on friendly news media outlets in order to avoid answering certain questions. So I think that'll be a very telling thing to look for tomorrow at that news conference here at the White House, if it indeed happens as scheduled. At the same time, I can tell you from talking to staffers here, they are feeling exhausted. As one staffer put it to me earlier this evening, Anderson, has been 72 hours of a bombshell dropping at 5:45 in the evening, and the question is just how much more are they going to take of this? And keep in mind, this is all heading into the president's first foreign trip, where he's going to be heading overseas, not going to places where the questions are going to be easy, where the questions are going to be tough. He's going to be meeting with the Israelis, meeting with the Saudis. He's going to be meeting with NATO, an alliance that he's called obsolete in the past, and the G7 as well. So the road does not get easier for this president.
Gloria, I mean, in the coming hours and days, it'll be interesting to see whether President Trump blames anyone else but himself for this, or whether he talks even publicly about this.
Well, he never blames himself for anything. If you talk to people who have known him well for decades, and people who work with him now, and people who talk to him regularly, they all say to a person that he doesn't ever blame himself. And as for this particular situation, I've been talking to people who say that the president is blaming everybody right now, that he doesn't seem to have faith in anybody inside the White House, and that the word that was used to me to describe multiple staffers inside the White House is disconsolate. These are people, as Jim points out, who are exhausted, but who don't know what the legal ramifications are for them, who don't know whether the president's going to be able to push his agenda, who don't know from day to day whether the president is going to be up against a wall and continue to lash out at people inside the White House, and blame them for his own problems, which he created, by the way. I mean, these are his own self-destructive impulses that they are trying to deal with.
Matt Nussbaum, from Politico. What's the